Hi, it's Amelia Pern with my HOA horror story from here in Shohola, Pennsylvania, in the lovely Pocono Mountains. I'm doing a couple of videos today for the updates that I did to shoholapa.com, so you can look out for the other couple of videos. I just wanted to further explain some of the paperwork that I posted today, because there's always a lot of paperwork with these things, but I needed to go through some of it recently, so I've been able to pick out some inconsistencies, shall we say. So I did the double billing one. This paperwork actually has to do with denying us access to our easement. We have an easement from 1911 that was done in a commercial real estate deal with Kilgore Bluestone and the Sweezy family. So I'm not in the HOA. I've never been in the HOA. The courts, my deeds, everybody except the HOA agrees that I'm not in the HOA. But one thing that did run with the land with my property is an easement. And I have the right to use the waters of the lake with one access point, which is in my development, and it's part of my development. So in court, they had testified quite vigorously, the HOA had testified quite vigorously that we were never denied access to our easement over the 7 years of this. And part of the reason why that came about was because they put up all sorts of signs down on our access point area that you had to have badges, and you had to have stickers on your cars, and all these things that were required by membership. Like, you'd have to pay to be a member of the HOA to get those things. So when I was going through some of the old paperwork, I was thinking about that testimony, and I'm reading off from the website, so you can check this out on the website, but in the testimony was done, I think November 2016 was the non-jury trial with the Court of Common Pleas in Pike County. And at that time, they never denied anybody anything, and then in the Pocono Record article, which I think was January of 2017, Walker Lake Shores, who is the HOA, says their deeds give them access and the right to use the lake. This is a quote from their then president. Nobody forbids anybody from using it. Nobody is denied access to the lake, because it's an easement. And so that's an issue, because 80 years before they existed, there was an easement, and they in fact decided to make an HOA with property that had an easement on it. That's not my problem. It doesn't oblige me to become part of their HOA. So anyway, so I was going through some old paperwork, and I find a bill from 2013. Now, if you looked at the double billing video, you should look at that one, because this bill from 2013 not only ignores the fact that they lost the double billed amount of money in the magistrate's court, it just keeps adding to it. Like, what did I say? So I think I figured out the math was $795 a year. For the in-between years, I was charged for assessments and dues, and I don't even know what. And that's more than their own people are charged. So go figure. Anyway, on the top of this past due statement from January 8th of 2013, it says, your account is past due. Your voting rights, which I don't have any, I don't have any because it's an easement and we don't vote on easements. But anyway, your voting rights and use of common areas are suspended until payment is received. And the payment they're looking for at this time, which includes a significant amount of doubly billed money, is $7,826.14. So I do believe that as part of denying access to easements, I mean, between that and all the signs that say that we can't be part of them unless we pay the $7,826.14, and then every year, whatever ransom every year thereafter, right there it says, your voting rights and use of common areas are suspended until payment is received. You can't do that on an easement over assessments. And that's the other thing too, that I didn't put it on here yet, but I'm going to. They've always sued me for assessments. If you look at all the bills, every single bill, look at the website. Look at, I'll put the link is in the description. Every single bill talks about assessments and membership fees and then finance charges and all sorts of other things. When the judge in the Court of Common Pleas judged, in his decision decided that they were not entitled to an assessment because we are in fact not part of their HOA, so they can't assess us. In the appeal to the Court of Common Pleas, they now are referring to that same exact money that they used to call assessments for the last 7 years as easement maintenance fees for an easement that they have repeatedly told me that I could not use because I didn't pay their double billed money. True story. I couldn't even make this up. Swear to God. So go to shoholapa.com. You can look at these updates on the updates page, and then the lawsuits page has a bunch of other bills that refer to everything as assessments and not, in fact, easement maintenance fees. And I'll just keep adding more. Like, the only good thing about this thing going on so long is that the stack of paperwork keeps getting bigger, and then as you're going through it, you can start picking out the inconsistencies and how they evolve their case to try to skirt around the law. Because could you imagine, this is like a contractor, say a contractor sues a homeowner because they installed tile in the kitchen, and the judge says, no, you didn't, you're not entitled to that money. So the contractor appeals and then says, well, I installed tile in the bathroom. And the judge says, no, you didn't install tile in their bathroom, you're not entitled to that money. So then when they appeal again, they're like, well, I installed tile in the basement. You know, I mean, like, it goes on and on. But it's the same money. They're just changing the wording to fit, to try to skirt around what's actually legal. Go figure. So, anyway, check out shoholapa.com. Leave me some comments. Sign the petition. Sign the petition. Property rights are, in fact, important in this country. Sign the petition. And share. Because I think people need to know about this. They shouldn't have double billing and this type of nonsense. We're supposed to be able to enjoy our own properties. All right? Thank you for watching.